but I'm also sharing with you how I see things right now. I say, for example, that when the healing has not been done, those who contested in 2006, I was one of them. The late President Mills was the other. Mr. Dianan was the one. Professor Mills won. All three of us who didn't win came and supported him. Very aggressively. I was in London. I was flying to Ghana on my own, at my own cost. Did many things to support him. But the four candidates that stood in 2006 never had the chance to sit together for 5 minutes to discuss the fact that, okay, some of us have lost, you have won. How can we work with you and help you to make things happen? So much as we may have won the 2008 election and also the 2012 election, I am aware, maybe more than others who are prematurely declaring their interest, that when certain healings don't take place, when certain discussions don't take place before a fight or a congress, it becomes a challenge afterwards. In fact, even in boxing matches, before people enter the ring, they sometimes go to a certain pre-match interview, they stand on scales, they hobnob, they have a chat, they show their muscles off, etc. It's all part of a process whereby after the boxing match, whoever has lost is able to hug the person who has won and wish him well. And in the interviews that take place, you find that the comments are all kind of conciliatory. I'm really hoping that for the NDC, because sooner or later there will be a contest. There may be many more candidates than you've heard about. My prayer is that after that contest, there will be a healing and a capacity of all to work together. Otherwise, being a leader without followers is not really what I think most people should be aspiring to.
So in a nutshell, when the lame horse is ill, you'll be one of those who will it.
Yeah, you sound like a very good horse manager or a veterinary surgeon. Let's wait and see what the Almighty will do. I have said I'm in a consultation process. I'm consulting with people. I'm aware that there are high expectations of me from different parts of the party, especially the grassroots, who feel that they've been neglected and they haven't had the kind of leadership that some of them think they should have. But as I'm saying, if you are thinking of being a leader of anything, if you are thinking of establishing any business, for example, and you don't go around looking for shareholders, you don't go around looking for who be your employees, you just come and announce that I'm the owner of so and so company. And people say, okay, who are the board members? We don't have any board. Who are the employees? I don't have any employees. But so I don't think that's how you want to launch a business.
So should we say that you've not made up your mind to contest?
I've said that I've not announced my intentions for the flag bearership of the NDC, and at the right time, I will make it known. But I'm sure those who know how to read tea leaves keep reading the tea leaves and making their own projections. And I'm listening. I'm reading the projections.
Now, as part of the process to reorganize the party, one of the key things the party has been doing has to do with the unity walk. We had one in the northern region, one also happened here in the Greater Accra region, one is also going to happen in Cape Coast. By and large, we've seen some key leaders of the party being at the forefront of this unity work. Some areas we didn't see some of them. Is this in any way to suggest that indeed the reorganization process is not fully understood by some of the key leaders of the party?
I don't think that is a problem. My understanding of these works is that they are regional works, but to which anyone who is interested from any other part of the country is invited. So if you look at the work in the northern region, for example, it was mostly the northern region MPs who took part in that work. Former President Mahama is a former MP from the northern region. So if he chose to go and join his colleagues in the northern region for that work, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and I expressed that view several times on a number of platforms. In the case of the Greater Accra region also, I believe that most of the participants at the forefront were former MPs or leading members of the party from the Greater Accra region. But it doesn't mean that if you're from another part of Ghana, you are working in Accra, you shouldn't join the work. The work that is going to take place in Cape Coast, as has been announced, I think for the 5th of November, is again as much a regional work as any other work. But if somebody from the Western region or Eastern region wants to join that work, they will be more than welcome. By God's grace, I hope to be, political bias or affiliation, depending on which particular leaders they may be interested in supporting, will come to support the works. I think the works are a way of generating excitement among the grassroots, letting the rest of the country see visibly and visually that NDC is still alive and well. It's also great for our health. Any kind of exercise is good for the health. So if you can walk 2, 3, 5 miles, I enjoy walking, I enjoy exercising, so I will be there to exercise my feet a little bit. All right.
Dr. Spio.
So the technology, sure, it can be important if you want to avoid people misusing other people's cars or misrepresenting themselves or all kinds of fraud. Yes, I agree that different kinds of technologies are now in place. Being a former ICT minister in this country and having worked in the technology and telecom sector for some time, I have some interest and concern on issues of ID, identification and technology. But my point is that the bottom line is people want a card in their hands. It's like being a Ghanaian, like you don't have a Ghanaian passport. So whether the Ghanaian passport is a biometric passport too, it's a manual passport too, it's made from bamboo or wood, you just want to have that passport so you can call yourself a Ghanaian and you can travel from time to time. And I think it's the same principle at the bottom line that I would like to apply to a party membership card.
Whilst the party is at this, what sort of leadership do you think the party requires now before it goes into the 2020 polls?
The leadership is what is already in our constitution. But when the party is in opposition, the chairman of the party, and that's why Sir Dr. Potofi was the speaker at the press conference today, is the leader of the party. And then the party does what we are doing exactly now to reorganize at different levels, because leadership is not just one person sitting in Accra. It is leadership in your branch, in the Volta region, in the northern region, in the Brong-Ahafo region. So there are different levels of leadership. Branch leadership, constituency leadership, regional leadership, then national party leadership before the so-called national level flag bearership election that brings out the person to lead the whole party. So I think the party has in its constitution and its conventions and practices the right approach for generating different levels of leadership at different times to push the party's agenda.
You say you could possibly your
Yes, sir.